The spotlight burned into Ethan's eyes as he stood center stage, his voice cracking on the high note of defying gravity. Suddenly, a wad of paper smacked his forehead, followed by Tyler's mocking laughter echoing from the back row. "Fairy boy can't fly," Tyler shouted, and the entire drama club erupted in chaos. The director's pleas for order drowned out as Ethan fled the auditorium, his dreams shattered and his secret exposed in one cruel instant. Ethan slammed his locker shut, the metallic clang reverberating down the empty hallway of Lincoln High in suburban Chicago. It was after hours, but the sting of the afternoon audition lingered like a fresh bruise. He'd poured his soul into that performance, hoping to land the lead in the school's production of Wicked, but Tyler Hargrove, star quarterback and resident bully, had turned it into a nightmare. Ethan had always suspected Tyler knew about his sexuality. The sly glances, the whispered slurs. But today it had exploded into public humiliation. As he trudged toward the exit, tears blurring his vision, he didn't notice the figure leaning against the wall until a voice cut through the silence. "Hey, wait up!" Ethan froze, recognizing the deep timbre. It was Ryan Hargrove, Tyler's older brother, home from college for the weekend. Ryan was everything Tyler wasn't. Tall, with tousled dark hair, piercing blue eyes, and a quiet confidence that made him the cool one in the family. He'd graduated 2 years ago, captain of the debate team, openly advocating for LGBTQ rights in school assemblies. Ethan had admired him from afar, a crush he'd buried deep. "I saw what happened," Ryan said, falling into step beside him. "Tyler's an idiot. You okay?" Ethan wiped his eyes, forcing a nod. "Yeah, just another day in paradise." They walked out into the crisp autumn air, the parking lot bathed in the golden hue of sunset. Ryan offered him a ride home, and against his better judgment, Ethan accepted. As they drove through the tree-lined streets, conversation flowed easily. About music, theater, the pressures of high school. For the first time in months, Ethan felt seen, not judged. But as Ryan dropped him off, a knot formed in Ethan's stomach. Falling for the brother of his tormentor? That was a recipe for disaster. Over the next few days, the incident festered. Whispers followed Ethan in the halls. "Did you hear about the audition flop?" Tyler's friends high-fived him like he'd won a game, while Ethan retreated into himself. His parents, busy with their corporate jobs, noticed his withdrawal but chalked it up to teenage angst. "Buck up, son," his dad said over dinner. "High school's tough, but it'll make you stronger." Ethan nodded, but inside, the words twisted like a knife. If only they knew the real reason, the fear of coming out in a conservative suburb where church picnics and football games define normalcy. Then, an unexpected text from Ryan. "Coffee after school? My treat." Ethan's heart raced. Was this pity or something more? They met at a cozy cafe downtown, away from prying eyes. Ryan apologized for Tyler's behavior. "He's got issues at home. Dad's always on him about being manly. Doesn't excuse it, though." Ethan opened up, sharing how the bullying chipped away at his confidence. Ryan listened, his gaze steady and empathetic. As they parted, Ryan's hand lingered on Ethan's shoulder a second too long, sending a spark through him. But reality crashed back the next morning. Tyler cornered Ethan in the locker room after gym class. "Stay away from my brother, freak," he snarled, shoving Ethan against the wall. "I saw you two at the cafe." Ryan's straight, "And you're just confusing him." Ethan's mind reeled. How did Tyler know? And was there truth in his words? Doubt crept in, mingling with the budding attraction. That night, Ethan lay awake, torn between the thrill of connection and the terror of escalation. Pursuing this could destroy everything: his reputation, his family ties, maybe even Ryan's relationship with Tyler. Yet the pull was undeniable. As rehearsals for Wicked began, Ethan landed a supporting role, but the tension was palpable. Tyler, surprisingly cast as a minor character, used every opportunity to sabotage him, tripping him during dance numbers, accidentally spilling paint on his costume. The director, Ms. Ellis, pulled Ethan aside. "Ignore him. Focus on your talent." But ignoring wasn't easy when the harassment bled into his personal life. Social media buzzed with anonymous posts mocking Ethan's flamboyant style, and he suspected Tyler's hand in it. Ryan texted again, inviting Ethan to a college party that weekend. "It'll be a break from all this high school BS." Ethan hesitated, weighing the risks. His mom raised an eyebrow when he mentioned going out with a friend from school, but she didn't press. At the party, amid thumping music and red Solo cups, Ryan introduced him to open-minded college kids who shared stories of their own coming-out journeys. For a few hours, Ethan felt free. As the night wound down, they stepped outside, the cool air sobering. "I'm glad you came," Ryan said softly. Their eyes met, and in that moment, Ethan knew it wasn't just friendship. But the high was short-lived. On Monday, Tyler's fury peaked. He confronted Ryan at home, their argument spilling over into a family dinner that Ethan only heard about later through a frantic call from Ryan. "Ty accused me of turning gay because of you," Ryan confessed. Dad flipped out, said no son of his would disgrace the family. Ethan's world tilted. The Hargroves were pillars of the community, church deacons, PTA leaders. Exposure could ruin them all. Yet, as Ryan's voice cracked, Ethan realized the depth of his own feelings. This wasn't a crush. It was something real, worth fighting for. But at what cost? The week blurred into a haze of rehearsals and stolen moments. Ethan and Ryan met in secret, sharing lunches in Ryan's car, walks in secluded parks. Each encounter deepened their bond, but the shadows loomed. Ethan's inner conflict raged. Was he selfish for pursuing this? Could he handle the fallout if word got out? Society's expectations weighed heavy, the jock culture, the religious undertones in their town. One wrong move and it could all crumble. Ethan's resolve hardened as he approached Tyler after rehearsal, the auditorium empty save for the echo of their footsteps. "We need to talk," Ethan said, his voice steadier than he felt. Tyler smirked, crossing his arms. "About what?" "How you're poaching my brother." The words hung heavy, confirming Ethan's fears. This wasn't just bullying. It was personal, rooted in Tyler's own insecurities about family and identity. They sat on the stage edge, an uneasy truce. Tyler admitted, grudgingly, that he'd always felt overshadowed by Ryan, the perfect son, the advocate. "Dad loves him more because he's enlightened. Me? I'm just the dumb jock." Ethan saw a crack in the facade, a vulnerability mirroring his own. But when Ethan hinted at his feelings for Ryan, Tyler's face darkened. "Stay away. You'll drag him down." The warning lingered as Ethan left, his mind swirling with doubt. Was Tyler right? Could love born from conflict ever thrive? Ryan picked him up that evening, sensing the tension. They drove to a quiet overlook, the city lights twinkling below. "Ty's jealous," Ryan explained. "Our family's messed up. Dad's old school, Mom's in denial." He shared stories of his own struggles, questioning his sexuality in high school, coming out to friends but not family. Ethan felt a kinship, their hands brushing as they talked. In that moment, under the stars, they shared their first kiss, tentative, electric. It sealed something profound, but also amplified the risks. Back home, Ethan's parents noticed his distraction. Over breakfast, his mom asked, "Who's this friend you're always with?" Ethan mumbled about a study buddy, but the lie tasted bitter. His dad, a stern accountant, preached about traditional values during Sunday dinners, quoting Bible verses that made Ethan's stomach churn. Coming out seemed impossible. Rejection loomed like a specter. Yet hiding ate at him, especially as his bond with Ryan grew. School became a minefield. Tyler's glares intensified, but he held back overt aggression, perhaps due to Ryan's influence. Ethan threw himself into the musical, his performance sharpening amid the stress. Ms. Ellis praised him. "You're channeling real emotion." Indeed, every line about defying norms resonated. After one intense rehearsal, Ryan surprised him backstage with flowers. "For my star." The gesture melted Ethan's reservations, but a cast member overheard, raising eyebrows. The weekend brought a turning point. Ryan invited Ethan to a family barbecue, posing as Tyler's classmate. The Hargrove home was a picture of suburban perfection. Manicured lawn, American flag waving. But beneath, tensions simmered. Mr. Hargrove, a burly veteran, grilled steaks while spouting opinions on moral decay in society. Mrs. Hargrove fussed over salads, avoiding eye contact. Tyler shot daggers, but Ryan's presence buffered Ethan. During a game of touch football, Mr. Hargrove paired Ethan with Ryan. Their teamwork drew compliments but also scrutiny. "You two make a good team," Mr. Hargrove said, clueless. Later, alone in the backyard, Ryan whispered, "This is torture, pretending." Ethan agreed, the deception weighing heavy. That night, as they stole a moment in Ryan's room, the kiss turned passionate, but they stopped short, mindful of boundaries. Still, the intimacy deepened their commitment. Monday hit like a storm. An anonymous Instagram account posted a photo of them at the Overlook, captioned, "Lincoln High's secret lovers?" Panic ensued. Ethan denied it to friends, but rumors spread like wildfire. Tyler confronted Ryan at home, their fight escalating to shouts. "You're ruining our family," Tyler yelled. Ryan stood firm. "This is who I am." But the fallout rippled. Mr. Hargrove demanded answers, his face red with rage. Ethan's world cracked further when his parents saw the post. "Is this true?" his dad demanded, voice thunderous. Ethan froze, tears streaming. "Yes," he whispered. The silence was deafening. His mom hugged him, but his dad stormed out, muttering about disappointment. Alone in his room, Ethan questioned everything. Had love been worth this pain? The betrayal from society, the fractures in families. It all felt too much. Yet Ryan called, his voice a lifeline. "We'll get through this together." They met at a neutral cafe, planning their next steps. Ryan suggested talking to a school counselor, but Ethan feared more exposure. As they held hands under the table, a sense of defiance bloomed. But doubt lingered. Were they fighting a losing battle against ingrained prejudices? The musical's tech week amplified the drama. Tyler sabotaged Ethan's props, leading to a heated argument backstage. "You're destroying Ryan's life," Tyler accused. Ethan retorted, "No, your hate is." The exchange drew the cast's attention, dividing loyalties. Some supported Ethan, others sided with Tyler, mirroring societal divides. In a quiet moment, Ryan confessed his fears. "What if Dad disowns me?" Ethan shared his own, losing his family's love. Their vulnerabilities intertwined, strengthening their resolve. But as opening night approached, a bigger threat emerged. Mr. Hargrove threatened to pull Tyler from the show if Ryan didn't straighten up. Ethan faced a moral crossroads. Should he step back to protect Ryan? The thought tore at him, but love demanded sacrifice. In the end, he chose to fight, but the cost was mounting. Opening night arrived amid swirling chaos. The auditorium buzzed with anticipation, but backstage, Ethan paced, his costume itching like a bad omen. Ryan sneaked in before curtain, whispering encouragement. "You've got this." Their quick embrace fueled Ethan, but as he peeked through the curtains, he spotted Mr. Hargrove in the audience. Arms crossed, face stern. Tyler, on stage as a guard, avoided eye contact, his sabotage attempts thwarted by vigilant crew. The performance unfolded flawlessly at first. Ethan's solo drew applause, his voice channeling the turmoil within. But during intermission, disaster struck. Tyler cornered him in the wings. "Dad knows everything now. Thanks to you." Ethan's heart sank. Apparently, the Instagram post had reached Mr. Hargrove, igniting a family meltdown. "He's here to confront Ryan after," Tyler hissed. The revelation shattered Ethan's focus, but he pushed through the second act, every line laced with real anguish. Post-show, the cast celebrated, but Ethan slipped away. In the parking lot, he witnessed the Hargrove confrontation. Mr. Hargrove towered over Ryan, voice booming, "This ends now. No son of mine will live in sin." Ryan stood tall. "Dad, I love him." The words hung, a declaration that both empowered and terrified Ethan, hidden in shadows. Mrs. Hargrove wept, pleading for peace. Tyler watched, conflicted, his earlier anger softening to regret. Ethan's own family waited at home. His mom had baked his favorite cake, a gesture of support, but his dad sat silent in the den. "We need to talk," he said gruffly. Ethan braced for rejection, but instead, his dad admitted, "I don't understand it, but you're my son." It wasn't full acceptance, but a crack in the wall. Tears flowed as they hugged, the first step toward healing. Yet the societal backlash loomed, neighbors whispering, church friends distancing. The next day, school was a gauntlet. Supportive notes appeared in Ethan's locker, but slurs echoed in bathrooms. A group of students started a petition for an LGBTQ alliance, inspired by the musical's themes. Ryan joined, his presence bolstering Ethan. But at home, the Hargroves fractured. Mr. Hargrove gave Ryan an ultimatum: end it or leave. Ryan chose love, packing bags for a friend's couch. Ethan felt guilty, the weight of disruption crushing. "This is my fault," he told Ryan during a tearful meeting. Ryan shook his head. "No, it's society's. We're just living truthfully." Their bond deepened amid adversity, stolen moments turning into lifelines. But moral dilemmas arose. Was outing themselves worth the pain inflicted on families? Ethan wrestled with it nightly, journals filled with pros and cons. A community event escalated tensions. The town's annual fair featured a panel on family values, where Mr. Hargrove spoke against deviant lifestyles. Ryan attended, confronting his father publicly. "Love isn't deviant, Dad." The exchange went viral locally, dividing opinions. Some applauded Ryan's courage, others condemned him. Ethan stood by, his hand in Ryan's, a silent show of solidarity. Backlash hit hard. Tyler, torn between loyalty and empathy, confided in Ethan. "I was wrong. Seeing Dad's hate, it opened my eyes." The admission marked a shift, Tyler apologizing for years of torment. But forgiveness wasn't instant. Scars ran deep. Ethan pondered the ethics. Could he absolve someone who'd caused such harm? As weeks passed, Ethan and Ryan navigated new normals. Ryan crashed with friends, job hunting to fund independence. Ethan supported him, but the strain showed. Arguments flared over small things, underlying fears surfacing. "What if we can't make it?" Ethan asked one night. Ryan reassured, but doubt persisted. A pivotal moment came at a school assembly. Ms. Ellis invited a guest speaker on inclusivity. Ryan shared his story, Ethan joining on stage. Applause mixed with boos, reflecting societal rifts. Afterward, Ethan's dad approached, awkward but proud. "I'm trying, son." The gesture mended some wounds, but others gaped. Yet betrayal lurked. An old friend of Ethan's, jealous of his spotlight, leaked private texts to the press. Local news picked it up. High school romance sparks family feud. The exposure amplified scrutiny, Mr. Hargrove disowning Ryan outright. Ethan confronted his friend, the sting of treachery burning. "Why?" The answer: "You changed, left us behind." It highlighted how love could isolate. In the aftermath, Ethan questioned his choices. Had pursuing Ryan been right, knowing the domino effect? The moral quandary consumed him, decisions weighing like anchors. Ryan, now homeless in spirit, leaned on Ethan more, their relationship a beacon amid storm. Tyler's confession came in a hushed phone call late at night. "Meet me at the park. It's about Dad." Ethan arrived, nerves frayed, finding Tyler on a bench, head in hands. "Ryan's not my full brother," Tyler revealed. "Dad had an affair years ago. Mom forgave, but it's why he's so hard on us." Projecting his guilt. The bombshell explained Mr. Hargrove's rigidity, his fear of moral decay stemming from his own hypocrisy. Ethan reeled. Share this with Ryan, or let sleeping dogs lie? He chose honesty, telling Ryan the next day. Ryan's face paled, then hardened. That explains everything. Confrontation ensued at the Hargrove home, Ryan demanding truth. Mr. Hargrove denied at first, then broke down, admitting the affair. Mrs. Hargrove sobbed, the family unraveling. Tyler stood silent, regret etched on his face for opening the wound. Ryan stormed out, Ethan following, their relationship strained by the fallout. Betrayal's ripple spread. Ryan distanced himself, processing the lie that shaped his life. "I need space," he said, leaving Ethan heartbroken. Days blurred into isolation, Ethan throwing himself into schoolwork, avoiding the drama club where memories haunted. Friends rallied, but the void ached. Society's judgment amplified his pain. Anonymous hate mail, online trolls labeling them homewreckers. Ethan's family stepped up. His dad attended a PFLAG meeting, surprising Ethan with newfound understanding. "I was wrong to judge," he admitted. The support bolstered Ethan, but guilt over Ryan's suffering gnawed. Had his pursuit ignited this chain? Moral debates raged internally. Truth versus peace, which prevailed? Reconciliation attempts failed. Ryan ignored texts, focusing on rebuilding. Tyler, unexpectedly, became an ally, defending Ethan from lingering bullies. "I get it now," Tyler said. "Love's not a choice." The shift was ironic, the former villain finding redemption through empathy. A school event forced interaction. The drama club's fundraiser gala required all cast. Ryan attended, their eyes meeting across the room. Tension crackled as they danced awkwardly during a group number. Afterward, words spilled. "I miss you," Ryan confessed. They reconciled under fairy lights, but scars remained. "We have to face this together," Ethan urged. Yet external pressures mounted. Mr. Hargrove, humiliated by the exposure, threatened legal action against the leaker, dragging everyone into mess. Ethan testified informally, the stress exacerbating his anxiety. Nights were sleepless, pondering if love justified the destruction. A deeper betrayal emerged. Ethan discovered Tyler had initially leaked the photo, not out of hate, but to scare them apart, thinking it protected Ryan. The revelation shattered budding trust. Confronting Tyler, Ethan yelled, "You call that family?" Tyler broke. "I was scared. Dad's pressure." Forgiveness teetered, Ethan weighing betrayal's cost. Ryan, learning this, severed ties with Tyler temporarily. The brothers' rift deepened family wounds. Ethan mediated, but his own biases surfaced, resenting Tyler's past actions. Ethical lines blurred. Punish forever or allow growth? As spring bloomed, so did hope. Ryan moved into a small apartment, inviting Ethan over. Their time together healed, but society intruded. A local protest against LGBTQ rights targeted their story, picketers chanting slurs. Ethan and Ryan joined counter-protesters, hands linked, defiance burning. But the toll showed. Ryan's grades slipped, Ethan's performance anxiety peaked. A heated argument erupted. "This is too much," Ryan shouted. Ethan countered. "Quitting means they win." The clash highlighted sacrifices. Dreams deferred, relationships strained. In a moment of vulnerability, Ethan considered ending it to spare Ryan. Maybe Tyler was right. Ryan pulled him close. "No, we're worth it." The recommitment came at a price. Ethan sacrificing a theater scholarship opportunity to stay local, supporting Ryan. The decision weighed like lead as Ethan stared at the anonymous email draft. Exposing Mr. Hargrove's affair could discredit his anti-LGBTQ stance. But at what cost to the family? Ryan urged restraint. "Revenge isn't us." But Ethan saw it as justice, a way to combat societal hypocrisy. The internal conflict raged, morality versus vindication. They chose silence, but fate intervened. A local journalist, digging into the protest, uncovered the affair independently. Headlines blared, "Community leaders' secret past." Mr. Hargrove's reputation crumbled, church members distancing. He retreated, broken. Mrs. Hargrove filed for divorce, the home sold. Tyler moved in with relatives, his life upended. Guilt consumed Ethan. "Did we cause this?" Ryan reassured, but doubt festered. Sacrifices mounted. Ryan lost his part-time job due to association. Ethan faced college deferral. Friends drifted, unable to handle the drama. Isolation bred resentment, small fights escalating. A turning point came at therapy. Ethan sought counseling, unpacking years of suppression. Love requires boundaries, the therapist said. Ryan joined sessions addressing family trauma. Healing began, but pain lingered, nightmares of rejection, flashes of betrayal. Society's mending was slow. The school established an LGBTQ club, Ethan co-leading. Speeches drew crowds, stories inspiring others. But backlash persisted, vandalism on lockers, threats online. Ethan pondered the price, personal happiness versus collective progress. Tyler's outreach surprised. "I'm sorry for everything." A tentative reunion followed, brothers reconciling over coffee. Ethan observed, mixed emotions swirling. Forgiveness felt right, but scars throbbed. As graduation neared, Ethan reflected on choices. Pursuing Ryan had cost friendships, family harmony, innocence. Yet it birthed growth, authenticity. Ryan proposed a summer road trip, a break from chaos. To find ourselves. Ethan agreed, packing bags with hope. The trip tested them. In a small town, homophobic slurs at a diner forced confrontation. "Ignore it," Ryan said. But Ethan stood. "We're not hiding." The stand empowered, but fear followed, vigilance on highways, caution in motels. Back home, a final blow. Ethan's dad relapsed into old views during an argument. "This lifestyle, it's hard." Ethan walked out, hurt anew. Reconciliation took weeks, apologies mending. Ryan's awakening peaked. "I can't live half-hidden." He came out fully on social media, post going viral. Support flooded, but hate too. Ethan joined, their story a beacon. Yet, damage accumulated. Ryan's mental health dipped, depression setting in. Ethan supported, but exhaustion hit. Is this sustainable? The question haunted. In a climactic moment, they faced Mr. Hargrove. At a neutral cafe, apologies flowed. "I was wrong," he admitted, tears falling. The encounter cathartic, but irreversible harm done. Graduation day shimmered under Chicago's sun, caps tossing like confetti. Ethan walked the stage, diploma in hand, Ryan cheering from the stands. But beneath joy, undercurrents swirled. Tyler nodded awkwardly, a fragile peace. Families mingled post-ceremony, Ethan's parents shaking Ryan's hand tentatively. Mr. Hargrove attended alone, a shadow of former self, offering a quiet congratulations. Summer unfolded with the road trip, miles blurring past. Conversations deepened, unpacking traumas. "We survived," Ryan said by a campfire. Ethan nodded, but pondered the toll. Lost innocence, fractured bonds. Love had triumphed, but at steep prices. Back in town, they built a life. Ryan enrolled in community college, Ethan in theater program. Cozy apartment shared, routines formed. Society shifted slowly. Town hall passed inclusivity ordinances, inspired by their story. Ethan spoke at events, voice strong. Yet, reflections lingered. Tyler rebuilt, advocating against bullying. His transformation inspired, but Ethan questioned. True change or survival? Family ties mended unevenly. Ethan's dad embraced fully, attending pride events. Ryan's mom visited, bridges rebuilt. Mr. Hargrove faded, occasional calls hinting regret. As years hinted, Ethan looked back. Conflicts, internal, familial, societal, had forged them. Betrayals taught caution, sacrifices resilience. Awakenings came hard. Love demanded courage, but also wisdom. In quiet moments, doubts surfaced. Had choices been right? The path, fraught with pain, led to authenticity. Was sacrificing family harmony for personal truth always the moral choice?